Now I'd like to demonstrate the movement flags that have been recently installed. It's going to give the breeds a much more intelligent movement, and what it does is it gives you the ability to avoid a number of different obstacles, not just prims that might be in its way, but phantom prims as well as land and water crossing into another parcel, and moving across into a whole nother region. And I'll bring up the list here. You can set flags including avoid region crossing, avoid parcel crossing, avoid any positions that are in over the water, to avoid objects that are non-physical and non-phantom, to avoid avatars, myself here, black dot there, avoid other breeds, which would be any physical objects, to avoid land, so that it's avoiding this slope here, this raised bit of land, as well as avoid phantom prims, which we could set one of these to phantom, and it will avoid those, and to avoid slopes. So not only will it avoid the water, but it will avoid any areas that slope down into the water, so, or any hills that they might encounter. Now, what we have going on here is a perimeter of 15 meters by 15 meters, and I set that in the action object settings, in the action list. All I did was set an inverted 15 by 15, which means 15 meters this way in the plus or minus, and 15 meters plus or minus from on the y-axis. Just having them slowly walk around and trigger a arrived event, which isn't actually being used for the simulation. And I set all flags, which if you want all of the flags to be enabled, you can just set just -1. Otherwise, if you just wanted to avoid objects and breeds, you could do 3, 5 to do objects and to avoid breeds. And you would put that right here. And if the position that it's trying to access is blocked, so if let's see, I'm here and I'm an action or I'm the breed object and I'm trying to get over here, well, this prim's in my way, so it will not allow me to even start moving in that direction, and it will trigger a avoid event, which would be your flagged callback. And when it does that, it just re-toggles the wander event, so it picks another vector, another position to move towards, and again checks the flags, and we'll call this back as many times as it has to until it finds a position that doesn't have something in its way. And as you can see, my my parameter here is full of obstacles. I've got prims, other breed objects that are moving around, myself standing here, as well as the water and the other parcel that's over here, and the slope. So it won't even pick a position right here on the edge of the slope, even though it's not in the water. So it'll avoid any hills, or in this case just the slope that goes down into the water. And it will avoid this obstacle here. And I just set up the perimeter, which will basically catch right on the edge of that, perimeter. So we have them all just wandering around, and they're doing so very intelligently by avoiding each other and avoiding any kind of obstacles that are in their way. This is a very simple solution to give it more intelligent behaviors when it's moving around. And the best part is, of course, is to be able to retoggle immediately any kind of failed movement, so that it can pick up the parameters again and try an alternate position. Now, this is only roughly 99% effective, because if you have a fast-moving object that, say, it's trying to move to like right here, Well, if it's moving too fast, it's not going to stop immediately when it gets to that position unless you make it stop when it gets to that position, and at which point it could wind up running off. So if you have a very fast moving object or a very large object, it still could wind up bumping into other objects, but it still has a level of efficiency that will give the movement a lot more intelligence than for it to just simply continue walking into the wall infinitely. So enjoy this new addition to the movement, and if you have any questions, just contact me in World, and I'll help get you pointed in the right direction so that your breeds can have a little bit more intelligence with their movements.